So, what we have here are two Bravos. This one is mine. It's just the standard Bravo 1 A2 tool steel blade and micarta handles with the ramp. And this one is without a ramp, A2 tool steel and desert ironwood handle, which is pretty nice. Now, the only thing I don't like about this knife, well, there are two things. One I can correct. The grind is very steep. It's about double that of my Bravo, I'm guessing. Either way, it's very steep. And the second one is the handle. I was really hoping when I got this to test it that it would be the same shape as my Bravo 1, a thick handle. Unfortunately, it isn't. To add insult to injury, a lot of metal was removed from right here. So, while it does sit very comfortable in the hand, it's not all it could be. But I do like it. It's a beauty. I mean, no doubt about it. It is a beautiful knife with beautiful handle scales. So I'm gonna work on what I can correct, and that is the edge angle. Now, how do you determine an edge angle with a convex blade? Well, I don't know how you could measure it without any tools, but you can do something. And you know, it's the easiest things you learn. When you cut feather sticks or make wood shavings, how much do you have to bend your hand until the knife bites in to take the slightest shavings off? That's one way. Another way would be you don't want to cut feather sticks and you want to really see it. So you take a piece of wood. It would be nice if it will be a plane like this one. This is just some very hard, very dry processed wood. And you put the knife on it. And you start moving it forward and tilting, raising the back of the knife. Right? So let me just move this cutting board. And I'm tilting, and now it's starting to bite in. Now, unfortunately, this piece is not perfectly leveled, so I'm just going to take the thinner side. And now it's taking off some parts of wood, about this much. So this is where the edge is. I don't know if you can see it. This is where it starts biting in. Let me try to angle that towards the camera. You get the idea. About this much. Now, to be able to sharpen this correctly, you don't really have to measure it. I think we can all agree on that. You just see where the edge is, and that's where you sharpen. See, if I move it a bit down, it doesn't cut anymore. Move it a bit up, it cuts. Like this, it doesn't. So this is the angle. I want to reduce this angle. I want to make it like this. More like my Bravo, which I lay it flat and it already takes particles of wood. So the other one was about this. This one is like this. So that's how you determine the angle. And How do you modify it? Well, being that the secondary convex bevel is very easy to see with the naked eye. I mean, there's a shift in the light, and then you can just see it. It's about, I don't even know, about 1 millimeter thick. Just take some sandpaper and grind it off. How do you do that? Well, this is a cutting board, just to raise it off. And this is 400 grit sandpaper. Let me get it so the light doesn't reflect. Place this here. Now, this is a mouse pad, and this is a very stiff mouse pad, a very hard mouse pad. This one is softer. I can easily compress it. You can use this one if you like to, but I like to press a bit harder and have more control. So I could just go on the wood, but I do like the feel of this mouse pad. It makes me feel like I can push it, and it gives me that nice curve. Just a bit. You don't need to overdo it. Alright, so, like I said, if you're not sure, there's the edge. Okay, so if I were to sharpen the knife, I would hold it like this, but I don't want to sharpen it. I want to remove the shoulder, and I'm going to hold it like this. So basically, for this knife, being that it's so thick, I'm just going to lay it on the convex and raise it a bit, and then start doing this. I'm going to be very careful with this knife, so it might take a while, because I don't have a a belt sander. You could do that with a belt sander much faster. You could probably even get a much nicer result. But doing it by hand is good practice. So this is all I'm going to do. And at this point, I'm not even touching the edge, because I don't know how well you can see it. You see the scratch marks? Yeah, at this point, I'm not even touching the edge. And that's what I'm going to keep doing. And then with the other side. If you're not sure, you can always test it. And here it starts biting in. So just take it from here, put it here, and know where you are. You know, if you don't want to touch the edge, you don't want to lift more than this. So just take the shoulder off. That's basically it. I'm going to keep doing this, and it's probably not going to be done today. Because I'm going to take my time, make sure it gets out nice and beautiful. Actually, I'm just looking to do a beautiful job. Afterwards, you know, I can always beat on it and abuse it. But for now, I just want to make sure I do a clean, good job and keep a constant angle. Hope this helped. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask.